Me ma femudi no me government appointee o. Me minister, me CEO, me CEO, me board member. Me sremo journalist fu akwaje me sremo ma me din na o. Me kwaje board membership bia o. NDC fu na nim se Kwaku, ya ye bi o. Me dom no. Ya ye bi pa. Ya ye bia mamo. Ba mo si aheya na ye mudi yesia ya te ye ho ase. Ye mekan chem se mo fa ye nkoto board bia so ne ye te heya ye die ni se hwamo. Ni ye die ni be hwamo 4 years to count. Mi donyame hwe ye die ni say hwemo ye meje board bi asem nim ne ade nti moma ye din na dede na manfo mo ye wo ho no mpo ha bia din a ye bedidi media asema me beka kire mu NDC for ne say diaspora for no a moja o masi wo no the diaspora group of the National Democratic Congress who came here with their money, their resources and their time. Still, I know someone share na meka megusua ka say mugusua tiche post no say si anem say de ya keka akone say se wudi ndi memu na fuseni enem ne ade a ahwa na ball no ye be pass nso unya. I'm serious. Yes, fuseni for nem fence enem eno contem e dedini contem too much. Diaspora for nti se mo pe na mo be ya fence mo be ya fence, what's the word kra na me pay here. Oh, affidavit. Mo pa mo sense mo court na Monday here court wo chiro ba bi sa. Mo timi affidavit no sense din no. Fuseni mutala nam ne hwan, all of those. E be ye ntem amamo. I believe so. That's the meet me akan. Cause me ntiase. Why? Aden dia. This diaspora group, I know Juma o mo be dini sika o mo de buy, but hwe if you cry the post ni ye charm say ade ne obi kan si Kwaku ayefo ye chebi ma slave queens na slave queens and na mu che post ma slave queens sa ho yo na mo fi se be kan anu atum ni ahwe mo sa ho hwe o money resources na nya mo dia o. Let me tell you guys straight up, on money resources consolidated funds can they go on me say nya mo dia nti me no politicians mo ba na mo be ye deda. It's so despicable to hear, and we've done the absolutely rubbish. You did what? Skana wodia. Skana go consolidated fund modia. MPP ni NDC is our rubbish. That foolish talk. Is the money yours? When you come and you construct even 1 million bridge, when you come and you construct even 1 million hospitals in the whole Ghana, absolutely dare not speak to us. Say, ma be impuntu, ma be skana modia. It is only unfortunate that Ghanaians have allowed themselves to be used like a rag to mop the floor. This nonsense and foolishness should stop. And tell yourselves, no, you are part of Ghana. And at the end of the day, you must develop this country devoid of all of these rubbish things that you people are talking out there. Sikana nyamodia, na so muwia, na masisi skanu to, na mudi egu nakam, mudi bi ko foreign banks, ni ade na mudi. Nimni ade, na musi oyankan ya ntum. Mi Kwaku meka manu ato. Mi nka manu ntum. Mupa munyi me ntonkyene mfa me ho. Why? NDM obi kan asem. 8 years ya tenem na mo 4 years ni ntumi tenem. How? Dey ntia. 8 years ni ya tenem be do sam. Ya santare kama ye didi ye okay. 80 me Kwaku am ten. Me need too much respect for Ghanaian politicians. Few na me respect them, and I will explain why. Because when they come, check all the plush houses they live in. Check all the plush cars they drive. They drive all these cars on the hills of you and I, our suffering. All right? They drive all these posh, luxurious cars. They live in all of these bungalows and all of these luxurious buildings as if they have money. Check their records. So, Zikabe no more. Bunch of thieves, a cromfo, they got no money. And they ain't got sense too, either. They ain't got sense. We are not going to economic forum. And then baso any economic forum. And now, Moko D saying 68 years. 68 years of foolishness and absurdity. 68 years. And I really have to commend John Mahama say, one fa Adenanko independence call, Uncle Wisty, these little children on my time. Yeah. Uncle will still be our time. Many people in 68 years. Go and see what is happening in the global south. Go and see what is happening in the global west. Go there and check. Namotiha some funa mudiane kasa Professor Dr. Emeritus speaking rubbish. It doesn't make sense to all of us. Come on. Now, up next again. is what the part 1, Medira Ghana Speaks, is what we call the Economic Forum Part 3. Economic Forum Part 3. Tonight, on Monday and Wednesday, the Frontline show, however, took much interest in the just ended Economic Forum. Indeed, our build-up in this 2 days program primarily was to showcase, demonstrate that Ghana does not need economic forum in order to spearhead the country's economic growth. As someone may kind of say, now what we ashasie, and I mean for any mashe for Edin Komose. Adia oman penny ama impeni phobi oman penny de asama koto omanimu na as a so modern ho na womode anu ye eba mayehwe. Na anu ye omode ba ne say eye economic forum and omo pese omo ye. Nti who say Monday, Wednesday, mistake categorically. I mean, I was blunt, incontrovertible that we don't need economic forum. Absolutely. But when I heard say a nipa gu events and conference center house and say, hey, and I was like, hey, what's going on? And I was listening. I listened to some few persons. Then I say, hey, just say the stupendous nature of how they are giving all of us the hope. Say, yeah, Charlie, it's gonna work, and all of them say, hey, and they, and I'm over kind economic forum as much here. Now, here, at the end of the forum, the platform produced the following 6 bullet factors. Ebra one mu wie no Tuesday no one mu produce enyoma mako mienu miensa enai enum ensia sa enyoma ensia na wo mu de ba na enya nsowano o ekua wo hwe me kumase wo hwe me pa ekua me tia pa why yes enem ne ade o ekua asem no ene ade saa o sikadie saa nem ne ade e wo mu memu munkasa nkire mu mpanimfo no so no enyoma nsie ya eba ye eno enye nsowano o Ghana fontie mi ye na sa won temase a ena sometimes ya na munkaka mu nsem bi saa bibi so nkasa nchem se yesi mu ache o na mode saa bosum wei ena mo se mode ayeden Ghana month nti edru saa bosum wei a ena Ghana fo na ye nyoma se ye nyoma ina te se ye Ghana fo tie nie edru the month of March and all of us want to behave like we are the proper Ghanaians. Alright, month we twemu a there be ye abrofo ye na ye abrofo enra a member of parliament be can brofo or parliament fence the floor of the house Ghana for ashasi asre mami asre aden why MP grammar if the event saying just a masri MPs are adentia mokaya MP ni din because men kai ni din MP ka brofo or parliament house or brofo no kan no so see ni ti ase so see say e den esire be na wom e ya okasa brofo kasa na ya okasa bibisa brofo kasa no Ghana ni bia nkyere me from the north south east west from Epieye Atoye and Anafo and Neo whatever you may call it me pese bibisa all the tribes in this country no be be ka nkyere me say English language Ghana ha tribe bi mo mother tongue mo make come intie enti bunu na ofiri na obae na brofo na ene kasa and I'm quite sure say parliament one part of the legislative arrangements ubetimi akatwi ubetimi akase bia and they have to ensure say they will give you proper interpretation which will go into the Hansard. So aden boni be na ewum why we aden kwa na ye nipa boni sem say why enti wentimi anka brofo enti mo nye na adwuma e wo parliament wo na nipa si na twetwi say oh now assembly nso esi on the flip side of we any dey nka ho but esi Now I was gauging the spirit and the mood of people. Now I'm saying, oh, you don't know Ghana for Ghana yenye papa sao. Yes, of course. On one flip side of it about the idiosyncrasy of Ghanaians is that yes, Ghanaians believe in what you call hospitality. Yeah, yes, some nyoma, but ni nara just a fanfare keke. But inside out of the Ghanaian, the deep-seated Ghanaian, and our way of the spirit that controls and molds us into becoming who we are. And your spirit, papa. No. Say spirit, papa, your home, papa. Chamun kotna inumenum yadoko minister, director, chief executive, then namako yoho na sesra. Adia chia, namashishen taria bubo suit, nimnin tare white, nimnia diade, nana yaw. Oforia taka namako tran, sorry, moko action chapel. Huh? Moko me bon sorry ni diatramo. Mon sorry no, namako tran, wine, aye papa, Duncan Williams, sorry. Namakotra Kwanchiankra, not sorry. Namakotra Hinfa, what's the other guy's name? Ajinasari, Namakotra, Darky Ward Mills, Namakotra, Otabil, all of them. Muvia Nebrim Sumakotra, Usubem Passory, Namosamuya Ghanaians. We are righteous, self-righteous people. Yeah. Yet, we are more than evil. Evil word is understatement. All of us. Very satanic people, satanic inclined. Our spirit, our consciousness is seared, and we are demonic inclined. All of us. The sense of nationalism has departed the soul of this country. Mesidia, sense of nationalism. Now listen. And run a moody independent. The sense of nationalism is gone. Yeah. Yetimu ye nipa bonedito. Say the Ghana ni gia ni agia ne say ni nua ho akwadwemu. That's all about it. And one no. Say ni nua eh but on ne so sre kama but asama benti. Say na hwe. There's something that is going on. This one is on the it's on the media space. I've criticized this man before. He's my senior brother. He's a senior also in the industry. Yeah. And they say chairman Sifa Kain. Sebi, say ye yidio, say ye denyo, so no rezanyo, so no ye denyo. Nti. Na colleague journalists for. And within certain political circles, na aye fanfare, aye sit there domano, aye ya cheche bo any a few dear any yedi enti Kwame Sefa kan no ye yi ni free ho na wenye adwuma nye na sabi wentimi anhwe ne yire ne ma no na e weni die eno an weni age. That's all about it. Enti eno na dey na obenya om dey pa na office obenya but who say ye kaka sebi se ye onyanko da no da but enye adwuma in the very nature of the Ghanaian today. No, we are very evil. Why? If Kwame Sefa can MPP niya, so be it. Aden, so unkumu nipa. Se NDC for entimini Kwame Sefa kan enya no baba ye na ntawanta obi aba. Nti ewiase Ghana nhia na. As long as enye a crime, but because ade bi e course so as far as Kwame Sefa kan ye concerned, a lot of journalists ni bebre see him and then NDC for by how many journalists for and omun konkwa GG board membership ni ade yenim NDC by me say journalists for konkwa GG post ni ade it is a Kwame Sefa kan no. I mean there are lots of them. You've seen all of them. So it's me makase Kwaku me sa do minim ade kwa be mama esa, but the point is that because but you see, let's all learn to respect the rudiments of the job. And that's it. Hum na tie mu no. E yo say ye hum ye wu nanim ase just like that. Do yes I know when you're there. Kwame may be at the kokruko. The obey and ni pe na na be omofe. But of course, he's a Ghanaian, he's a human being. Or you need to as who did know on any ma. That's all about life. We are see it. Baby and nimbiomo. enti die nti na wo pese wo nua de sabio de bia mo de bone mo de esum ensam keka enkonkonsa ensem a enim eni chese mo be say nipa poto. What do you get out of dey na munya free mu Bible power say ya hey ne nipa bi de I so mu si wo mu kwhye baabi a wo mu be say obi say just because wo mu be nya enum nyam no mo nya baabi a so my issue ni say me question say ahina wankasa no ye de wo kwhye a ubedi sen ena sa amanyoko ne every power chin say Kwame Sevakan Kwaku Amite you obi na beka I've criticized my criticism for Kwame Sevakan does not mean I hate Kwame. Why? Kwame any Miami Nua Paul Adomoche, all of them, they are, including other journalists, their names featured prominently in the Japa deal. Of course, my criticisms and telling the story that way does not mean I hate. But we are by his way. The social media and also they. Why? NDC penny for Shamusha maybe right from now. Na post na mo chicha no so me se munya hwe yie. Post na mo chicha no a mo chicha post ni bi kra de bi mas me wo ho. Na minim se me boss obenya post. Wo ho. Na minim se me boss Kwesi Cheda kwa na mi se Kwesi so ye Kwesi minim se Kwesi so wenya no nka nkire me dia but I think se Kwesi ye man no hwe not even bored Kwesi Cheda kwa chale mo ya we se Kwesi ya man board bi ana bisa Kwesi Cheda kwa maintain here but behind Kwesi Cheda kwa's head Tio at the head of Kwesi Cheda kwa's head no ya mo bi pause some diaspora pause be enemy ade meanwhile Kwesi cut across all sad events and territorial grounds nina anybody bo mama mu pause me Kwaku amte mante wo ma no da se nipa ni bi mpo abegina bonten a mate so wo ye se joma mante se wakasa redem no po bako da se no Mantibi. A rebi when this very pretty lady be. Come tu. We trying to be sa. Na me share every NDC activity. Me name ni very young lady. Tum. We trying to come. Ma share se meti ni din se obe feature or baby say yaman pose. No. And now my men our parliament. Your friends say Millicent what? Millicent whatever. Yabwa. Na mo no. Ade India. Say NDC for them, mo pesa mo de call parliament, ma Ghana for yehunu, and na mo de call so. Now the moment on can't make us sense where na some fana some where. I don't know more no. Atwitwi sie. Any a fell die. Ni na mo Bible na kan. Or say one more den e si atwitwi e fell difo and sabrofo ni asasafro. Also, they will not inherit in the kingdom of heaven. Ye na sa na tie. Ezum se mun sori ne doors so chain factories. Mun sori ne doors so chain job employment. Mun sori ne doors so chain se yankwa economic recovery. Abodan for silly people. You are more interested in what? Allowing churches to flood all over the capital. The churches flooding all over regional capitals. Not factories. And your factories. A bodam for more yare 68 years. Go and heal yourself. The last time it's here, John Mahama. Monday, sa so for no minyama, so maybe Monday. Sa so for no ma John Mahama, Mr. President Mahama, me pacho. You don't have time. Sa time no so for no. Edi baba transfer honam. Womuni be waste time no. Sebeya, Mr. Mahama, President, Your Excellency, cut it off. Me say go to the global south. Go there and see. Development in a question, and yes, so be there. I saw for Shisha damn waste of time. I saw for no so feels that this is their time. 4 years, one person to the milk president and brutal, and here dear time wasting. No. Hey, then, Mashisha won't come near. I saw for Muntie, no Monday, no Mebamoso. Mashisha won't come near. Allow President Mahama to breathe. Allow President Mahama to work. Archbishop Duncan Williams, all of you, Mama John Mahama crying, no, you know, please, with the greatest of respect, all of you, Archbishop, Wona Udi Mukai, Muma John Mahama Kwaimon Yenejuma. We need more options, more than dramatics. We need more options than dramatic. John Mahama ain't got time to waste, all right? No, man, there ain't time for him to waste it. Because anytime soon, he's going to walk out of the door. And Ghanaians, same Ghanaians, will come and blame him, say, Wanyashe, ne binuma chinashe dem. And I pay we are not. I saw for no so ne hono me say me ba ho mande. I saw for me John Mahama ko bompa he bebre ye Satan for omo ye sasabonsam for me wodi agura mande me bobo mu nyedin. One moment John Mahama ko share them wo me say some of them even prophesy say John Mahama will not even win. Yet omo nyane ne share them wo. Aboniye for bonia sha mama Satan for omo nyan se won kekawa. Yes. Muni madie. Sa economic forum radio. Enyoma me en insia ne pie. But this economic forum next week ye ba so aba be yade. Hwe enyoma wono mo kekan wo forum na se no. Insia one. Or say achieving sustainable TNO. One, achieving sustainable macroeconomic stability. And where they are? What is here? Achieving sustainable macroeconomic stability. Then the question remains: is this that Ghana we've not heard before? When you enter that, and we are one. Two, is this that Ghana have not implemented before? What you call achieving the sustainable macroeconomic, and then why not achieve? Who should go and achieve what? Is it Ghana to go and achieve this, or this is the blueprint derived from the forum? Wait a minute. Number two, promoting economic transformation, and you'll be promoting the same. Now, the question I'm asking the professors over there, including Dr. Ishmael Yamson, is it Yamson or Yangson? And he said, number two, promoting economic transformation. Economic transformation, you be promoting the same. You be promoting the same. Now, this is 68 years. What is it that Ghana we have in order to promote? In order to promote, and by way of promoting whatever that deal Ghana, whatever that Ghana has, it will metamorphose into that of Ghana showcasing her presence in the global competitive capitalist economy. Is it not? And are we? No, 68 years and then I move promote you. As far as GIPC are concerned, mo na mo de in your mako abonten ekoko pro. Then I move showcase you. Mibisa, edian any year showcase e wo honom. Enti dian so ni year promote. What is it that is of Ghanaian? What is it that is of Ghanaian in nature? What is it that is of Ghanaian in character that you are promoting? Rubbish and foolishness. And I have to tell you people in plain words, 68 years is enough. It's enough to have walked down the aisle in wastes of time and describe it a failed state. Aren't you people ashamed? What are you promoting? Economic what? Transformation. When the global south is with the speed of beam light, moving, check. America, or the America for only 2 minutes, and he doesn't have time for anybody. No, he thinks that, listen, man, America, there's been too many dramatics, much more than options. And he says, no, man, listen, we need more options than dramatics. You guys are sitting here, Dr. Professor Emeritus, whatnot, you continue to do this drama and continue to do drama. Number three, advancing infrastructure development. Infrastructure. Which of the infrastructures? Aren't we suffering from infrastructure deficit? Aren't we? The whole Ghana. Are we not suffering from infrastructure deficit? And the question remains, 32 years into this 1992 constitution. It's been saying 32 years into your democratization. The question remains, are you therefore now ready to tell us, no, we are what? We need to advance in infrastructure development. What are these politicians go and come? 32 years What are they doing? What have they done with the consolidated fund? Am I the one to come and tell them that, hey, you need to do A, B, C, D? That's why on Monday and Wednesday, I told Ghanaians, say, yes, they will continue to fail. They will fail because if you write this year, advancing infrastructure development on the back or on the heels of what? Your political party manifesto, that will be drew him for. Because manifesto now is structured in a way, say, if Rihanna Kohana is saying, but when you structure the nation's blueprint, when all of you sit and the economic forum na mukoye no, all of you munkwatsa ho na munsu cry. Ti say akwa bi no TikTok na dey no osu no osu sa na esem na munsu wo dem ho na munsu musu wi a na fe obi ad ne pen ne paper na musi ho na mu drive it. Policy program. We need a national policy driven. In what I learned in security and intelligence, there's something that we say is if you go to a country and you want to study, say this country is well pivot in security and intelligence. Yeah, go and read their security and intelligence policy driven and see. Say, hey, you will not make any attempts. No, Charlie Krono, untimi rough. Yeah, Ghana, do you have some? Do you even have a security and intelligence policy driven? Who wrote it? Daben on Metro. So, Asemia mo kanwahi, the mo kanwahi, advancing infrastructure development. But there is what you call a deficit in infrastructure, and that deficit was not created by me. The nation has been given to people to manage. The nation is in the custody of a group of political parties who says, we can do A, B, C, D, and say, okay, go and manage it. And you going, we didn't leave you alone. No, we gave you our mandate. We gave you the power. We gave you the money. Go and manage. And then you go and sit there. And then you begin to throw your hands in despair to catch a glimpse. A glimpse of who? This same IMF. The IMF who have nothing good for you except to help you destroy your nation's political, economic, social fiber. That's what you are interested in. Are you serious? Politicians are mugu memu. Muye serious. NDC muye serious. Make a tremor Monday ni Wednesday. Why? When Kwame Nkrumah, munye sa video ready. In the days of the Kwame Nkrumah that I wasn't there, at least Ghana was what? We were manufacturing tobacco. We were manufacturing the nails and prego. We were manufacturing the furniture and konya and you may be and then swear mugusu. The question remains, those of you, the professors, Amukotra in events and conference center, question is why is Ghana not manufacturing these things any longer? What has happened? Are you therefore suggesting to me or telling me that those factories are outmoded or are being destroyed and we cannot revamp it? What has happened to the Kumasi shoe factory? 32 years. Have you tried to revamp that company? We had a factory in Ghana, not factory no. Or yeah, then dear tomatoes factory na near dear tomatoes. More from say Pualugu. I know Pualugu very well because I stayed in the north. Pualugu tomatoes. What is happening to it? Apart from Pualugu tomatoes, there are other places where to me, I produce tomato paste. Transported. Why can't you do it? 8 solid years, 32 years, but at least now we can say between NDC and MPP, all of you, there's a cost sharing. So, Munyama spending 16 years. What have you done? Bunch of useless people. I'm looking at your faces, especially those of you government officials sitting in your homes watching. We a bunch of waste. Bow your head in despicable shame. And some of you should be shot by sight without trial because you are the enemies of the state. I'm telling you people, we are enemies of the state. Kwame Nkrumah time. On my way, me produce BBR. There was something that was called work and happiness. What does that mean? And next Friday, work and happiness, the echo tema, steel factories, the echo. Even what the Kwame Nkrumah to Kenya, a military junta, Lieutenant General Wine, kutu e tampon, makana sama kanke, e tampon tam ni edeng. And in Bibrewa, Yan Yeden, Yankra Ambo Memwa. And the reason establishing why a champion did that was simply to what? To avoid what you call the dependency syndrome. Yeah. In the time where Ghana, Zamoba Kaya, in 1976, hot thereof. Oh. Or shady na Ghana, your debts, no? Because you know what? Our debt was almost like 3.6 billion. Domestic debt was like 2 billion. Inflation had risen to about 117 or has dropped to 68. Go and check the statistics. Yeah. Okay. Food prices at the time had gone up to what? About 59% thereof. Population was about 2.8% significant. Look, Kutu Acheampong did his best in order to shuffle all of this IMF conditionality, because at that time, my intellectual na Oni Akufo-Addo ne papa, when Professor Buzia, Womode Progress Party ne ba no, Womode Bebuya no we reduce Ghana cedi to 41% before the IMF. Owie no oye o main pasa. Kutu Acheampong ba osesan ne in order to ensure say the city would appreciate the dollar. And numerous steps were taken. He told the Bretton Woods institution, I'm not going to pay the debt against our debt portfolio. So he went straight to repudiate $94.4 million. And subsequent to this, Bretton Woods institution, IMF was, no, we'll cancel your trade credits. And trade credits, like I said, I've been saying all the time, affected consumables, maybe to say corned beef, sardine, milk, sugar, and then you may be brave. What you say? Kutu Acheampong didn't give up. And Kutu Acheampong, on your professor, on your doctor, on your emeritus, go and check Kutu Acheampong in the background. Or just son 7. He was a stenographer. Okay? Kutu Acheampong went further and said, listen, I will do three things. Three things. In all of this Kutu Acheampong was doing, he was doing the robust economic shuffle in order to bring the cedi closer to the dollar. So he subsidized these consumables. He prioritized these consumables. He rationed these consumables. And that was the end. He cancelled the importation of cottonwood. Ghana was importing cottonwood before Kutu Acheampong came. Also, no. He cut the importation of cottonwood. And Ghana saved $30 million. Go and check the records. A bodam for, a crown for, the money sikadia. Mobile, more the minister, Sebegu, agriculture minister. I don't know. Why don't you cut the importation of rice? I dare all of you, go and cut the importation of rice. Go and cut the importation of poultry. Go and cut the importation of what? Vegetables. And then, foolishly as we are, we have also allowed a group of what? A group of charlatans called the Monsanto Group from the North America. And what have they done? They have come to corrupt our what? Our enviable food staples. And then you cannot harvest cabbage. Now the cabbage not to for like 3 days. Why? Because the Monsanto Group came and went to Ghana's parliament. And corrupted our members of parliament to pass what you call the Plant Breeders Bill. And the Plant Breeders Bill will give them access to contaminate our food staples. Absolutely balderdash. Bunch of useless people. You sick people. You don't think about the people of the nation. No. So now check the records. The death toll in this country has gone down dramatically. Yeah, why not? And there's what? Avalanche of what? Disease, crime, and many things. It's so common that today, cancer disease is on ascendancy. Kidney disease is on ascendancy. All the ailments that gone in the past, we will not, you not even hear, you not even go to the health sector and you count about 3-4, say, yes, we will cancer, we will say no. And on top of this, when you've allowed the Monsanto to come and do all this to you, again, you also open your airspace. And these same politicians will go and bring your Chinese people to come and go to your forest reserves and fall all your trees. The trees that will give you some form of habitations and air, and then I say for your water bodies and your what? Your forest reserve. You're training and you are sitting there thinking, say, there's another Ghana be yet to be born. Sick people, absolutely sick. Yeah, movie somebody depots. You are driving our Land Cruisers, pa, like Nana Kwablanket said. Also, when you wake up in the morning, check the street. You see some very stupid people. He said me Kotuno. Also, they are driving all these Land Cruisers, noise, pa, going as if they are thinking about you. No. Yariye chomeni munyesha. Now, so at the end of the day, this same mushroom politicians, good for nothing. The minimum said they believe in razzmatazz and bourgeoisism. I went to school in Harvard. I have 3-4 certificates. Jimmy. I have 3 certificates. Let me show them. Look at these people. When you have 3 certificates in degrees, 3 degrees in a year, then. When you have 4 degrees in a year, then. I listened to the vets and I watched and I said, look at these little chickens. They know nothing. Go and put them there. We need more options. So the practical development of this nation isn't in the talking, isn't in the noise making. It's about visibility. We need to know what we have to know. And 32 years, you think it's not enough? 32 years on one side, and then 68 years on one hand. Another thing is whereby, number 4, implementing structural reforms. What does that mean? Says a brofuno no the adjectives, nouns and adjectives, no the implementing structural reforms. What is the structural reforms? What is that? And it's saying. Then number 5, ensuring private sector led growth. Private sector led growth. When you are in this country, private sector growth, meboa, God. Between you, these two parties, all that you are doing is that when you come, then you are shutting companies. The private sector is the engine of growth. It's the epicenter of the local economy, is it not? Yeah. But your interest and you take fun in destroying them. Like Nana, why? Nana Yao, Ken Ofori-Atta dead in his era. Nani Refi. He collapsed about how many? 11 banks with capital involved, destroy all of them, and he wasn't bothered. Kutu Echampo, when Kutu came, one thing for Kutu to believe said no, the private sector is the engine of growth, and therefore there's a need to revamp the private sector. Do you know what he did? There were companies like what? The BA Mensa, the Boache Mattress, the Siao Brewery, the Kwaku Motors. All these companies, about 4 of them, Nina a Ghanaian own. And Kutu Echampo encourage all of them to lift up and then speed up the local economy. This is what he did. On top of it, he gave women who were ready to go into private business loans to do business. And women who succeeded in their business were able to afford to buy the VW Volkswagen. That later, a political mass slanging propaganda from the likes of the Kwaku Bakons were for Tobeji Golf. Or no Kwaku Baknoto, or say Yamkwa is one person, Ghanaian politics. But say Nipa Bebri, he doesn't care. Yeah, this is what Kutu Echampo did. So, under the Fourth Republic, where you are just destroying the private sector. Most say private sector. NDC for ba hey, MPP for ba hey. Then the last one, restoring good governance and combating corruption. I think I have to keep quiet. Restoring good governance and combating what? Corruption. So, Mo say, okay, Muria, Namate, Muamoba, Namate institutions, as our institution way, Yabamo are responsible for this. Ain't he? Obi to say, Kisia Japan, or Tinibe drain on. Ne MPP for say, yet anti-corruption, DN. Neate. Ye man a crime money in the Juma da. Ye be frustrating upon a to say. Yeah, Martin Alamisi Amiju on ordinary Tifa Kwaimu. Oh, na Kisiaba, a fee Kisisu de Kwaudishia, a fee the baby Edruno, I don't know, you bet me I answer better uncle de be no con baby. Kizzy, a baby Jawmeduma to a mom, Nako. NDC Fonzwaba. Ye who baby a dicky sea foul. The last time I had NDC chairman Johnson, I said in Kitia, our Mokabi said, from the look of things, and it said, say, as when you be crashing. But when Chairman said don't get your cancer, the question that started, pounding on my mind, and they said, "Dear who came, Papa, we are sure, say, in the more South politicians here, more located here in the epicenter of the world, the Ghana, more anti-corruption agencies, given the circumstances of your narrative, say, young Connie, dear who came, folks. Sa economic forum ade we ho Monday ye beba so biom proper one we de makenkan nyoma nsia enyoma nsia na mekenkan na none of them that we heard say yeni na enko we finally say listen Mr. President, we need what you call a national blueprint given national in character. Therefore we need a big conference. Let's call our brothers and sisters. MPP, come forward. The MPP believes in the competitive capitalist economy. We believe in the socialist ideology. Amanesa, woman is akrate ya koma John Mahama and one. Woman ya koma John Mahama. Into be who say NDC for be no. Baby, you see the big push. Baby, you see kukon kitin kiti and kukon kra and near the ade. Ni way ade be chi no ni na hwete say sam na ade achi na ade asa sa ewiase no bia so dimrika ekọ America tuo technology is running fast. Check what is happening in the global south. Enye America tuo and emu mre south. All nations around the world. But guess what? Africa is losing the sight of its head. These nations They've utilized all their resources. So now, Africa is beginning to mark the timelines. And the Russians, the Americans, the Chinese, all of them, Wamakobo Dompim, for Djibouti, Unim Djibouti, go and read the history of Djibouti and go and find out why all these global superpowers are all stationed in Djibouti. The US government is stationed in the military base at Djibouti. The Russians have also, are there in Djibouti. Chinese, and so ever Djibouti. Because so more there, and your mass get said, or now betty music, here. Now, Yanko, we economic forum, Monday, Eko, Bebaso. Any software na person Mama John Mahama crime and also why need to de bia mabo in same abo software mugu some kind of catch software mugu Ghana 90% they are a bunch of criminals and thieves. No doubt. I saw from say 90% of men of God in this country, from the especially with the charismatic movement, they are a bunch of thieves and criminals, and they know. And you empire be na moku bugu John Mahama and so and come na mo share be mama man you careful, I will expose you. Most style of commercial moshewa. I'm telling you. And comedy boma more some of our software be moshe John Mahama and young commercial. And young commercial. We know you need be a son in commercial near free buy. And young commercial. What a Monday. I'll give two names out. No matter require fast or moon commission. The Pia Bonte. Yeah. Let's try more sound commission PA. You are always eavesdropping in baby. Now, the politics of today. Politics of today takes us to the leading opposition New Patriotic Party, NPP, continue to count their losses in the just ended election 2024. NPP Fuguso Kasa. Assemble no more can ye and Kugo na no ya said o muche means catch up Asutrona miensa enedini. Ya na de bi cry me science say me won watch say hwe de papa yi kana asem fa wo. Even your own political party nankasa mpo ede mo ba ben mo mponu o we MPP for no. The party on which you are to govern this nation, you cannot even manage the party. The party's structures, you cannot even manage it. Na mo ntimi manage party on mine na mbetimi manage it. Ya na Ghana for same way en hardness are. Party ni keke se mo manage party ma party no etimi party no ehwa be ya kono manipa be join no party no pomu ntimi manage na o mind de mo betimi na ye de o emfie maku near the mfie maku 8 near the ashamonsa na mfie maku 8 no mobetremu edimu sika edisika akankwasiasam akyere yen na mu wi anam akotena ye friend say ayi campaign platform so na moto na odefo ade ye mfa ncheche odefo ade ye mfa ncheche. The former General Secretary, John Bwedu, continued. This time, he exposed the government of money inducement in the party during campaign. Last time, I bought John Bwedu, the other chairman, and then I bought back one chairman. This time, John Bwedu is saying, John Bwedu say, "Shekwanya yedi sika, sika be ye part ene between MP ne kwana da muntie, ene MPP NDC, enya about say." We are nipa bi sunku na woni sebe nyansa bi wo trimi sa no etwem sa era na etwem the era of say you are very knowledgeable who are dreampa ubetimi. The era of nationalism is gone, has departed from Ghana's democracy. It's no longer there. It's about money sika own dia John Bwedu. Now Sir John kasa asemuya afi maybe Sir John minia no eno no na maybe say entimu ankasa mote ho a mode saadie wei eye adwuma ewo mamanya community mobo bodam nim nyansa se ade wei e de how be ba oman so e de how be ba party so first before it would obi can also transmogrify and send us a metamorphose itself negatively on the what, on the nation. Into a ban saying and a mubu oman sa mo rane mo party sa sika nkwa e be SWAT TV. Can you know almost starting on the low scale? On the low scale, then Kobe, Momone, in Sikan Kotokro, and Srada, no money ade, ne Google Cam no de call. A bay, walk, oh, Bibinitimu, also as an American as an you. One more chance is here no more. NDC for come, NDC were buying the help and a Saturday more friends say, Sapan white now, more collaboration is over. NDC for some almost air to Toby. Yes, NDC for all of them. All of them. Bow your head in shame. And him go for 32 years. And I think that this country, we simply just have to take it from the hands of these two groups. I'm serious. And the movement to get this done should be done quickly. We have to cause a force majeure because you are disturbing the consciousness of this nation for far too long. Why? Selling, giving these goodies, such as what? Kobe, more money. Enemy 50 cities are bought down for sick people. We are silly politicians. And I'm going to because you think you can fool all the people all the time. But not all the people all of the time. What's it? I'm going to Mudi Sanqua, same way, how many more Muriana Gigi Post, Nama Quatrata, Muisle, Gonomo Airport, one as if you be some Musu, one I'm to talk more than Amunamu say me as ever. Meanwhile, you guys are feeding full fat like what? Like the whatever on the Ghanaians. Tonight, another person, a former member of parliament for Obuasi East, Edward Enin, also recounts the source of the party's loss. And also, Kebi, Nashe, any Susidian party, quite best on fast losing a DNA leader or Molusia. I never go for Mr.
Nipper overhanded the good
word. No, so much shout.
I don't want to, you know. Meeting if I may 5 of them.
Yeah. Hopeson,
Just defeating our Boama. Almost sorry.
I don't know what I said.
Almost sorry. Hey, Nankan people to you now, edu, she, rather, that's in the air on. You see, that report we know, I suppose, the weakness of MPP. Anna, I can say, this report, just something to whitewash something. What you say? But that's a bias, Kakra. And yet the clear reflection of the whole thing. Oh, yeah. It's what yeah, too mufu. Yeah, no, me, Hopeson Adorye. Alan Kojochira Mantini, a team. 2028. Mubo who say ye political party. Says a name independent. A whole political party is coming up. Yebenya, Odeti, Yebenya, ye national executives, Yebenya region, Yebeko constituency, electoral, ye polling stations. Young Guno. Yes, so your ideology. Say UP family, yes, so about up. Yeah, setting up the political party to make sure, say, Yama or Mumatch. There is time, say, Ebe Drew baby, no. At least, I see it to me, Yana Ghana. Yet the third force.
Good one.
Just said,
correct. Yes, hopes in Beba few minutes near national service the Akoko. But make 2-3 messages. Say, good evening, Kwaku. There is nothing to write home about as Ghana is 68 years old. Other than concert parties are borrowing money, looting, stealing, and sharing to themselves, nothing beneficial achievement. And these pastors are just sycophants. They walk with their stomach, with their minds. The president should give them the chance to walk to and fro in his office. No reason. We want action, not drama. I am Fosti from Kaswa. I am Fosti Dianswa or the Eban. Bibi Munfanche and I'm system no. Was the NPP is still dreaming. On Osunedia or the Abeto no. Internet many of my messages niana afina eba. Hello Kwaku, today is one of the greatest shows you have done. Listening to your impeccable analytical abilities gives me some glimmer of hope. Our politicians and charismatic churches must fall in line. Wish God's wisdom, blessings, Reverend Dr. Tego, and other by whoever you are calling. Please, this line I can't receive you to stop calling and yeah for calls. Me pacho. We so say, hey, Obisu bisa say when is the IGP going? You remember IGP snenya nasem. Ode munya abotre. Obisu osro say my brother. I say you will kill me. Oh, I can't stop laughing. Oh, I love the way you are giving it to them. More fire, bro. God, my name is here. Yeah. Asemis your National Service Authority. Now we are learning tonight. Say I am mame. Friends say gifty or worry means I know. Say woma picking. Yen share post na e say sa asemi na to mo yen share sa post no say ready and down. Yeah, unia be asmato no. Asem dey atono pa.
Breaking news. They no want to
breaking news. Or say the BNI has what? Has detained Gifty Oware. They have sent her to an unknown location, not over there. Husband is being blah 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 and the money adi. Yeah, I who kaka just say any ebe can I critical. I critical. NDC hon sem.
Makacho say ababa ido me office.
NDC hon sem. Dear Joma Makasi yen no. Yeah, what do you make of this?
Oh, say on the maybe I make say Obia ye accountable to Mr. Worship.
Yeah.
So on it. Enti se ebia ebase aban no feel say nyama bia nkoyi. Enti ese so hwehwe mu a ono de kwan da ho. On say saa nyama ne de ye nyina ye support to say ye be sad no sane ebe ya at least ye betimi I reduce corruption. Menim say ye to ase complete grad to zero no de enye sese.
Yeah.
But setimi brenase na eba be 50% kra. Ghana ye be progress kakra. So onye dem. Enti me de ne kwan so ano. We are abase hu say no enye hu bia. What you say?
Yeah.
Ombe man be bia da kama ni ade question. What him say as part of the strategy no and so ya na bi etisa ya di usie kakra obi okra mpa ye fa ni ya di na hwa bi kra ya nya question no mpo so on ye no ebia ombe ma na hwa ebia chena ana ombe question no any ade ho no mo no wura hwa because of the no na say ne ye adwuma nti no me ka the former director
so one can say do akoshe ho
oh da bia invite me nko da but me makwa hwehwe boss no da o kwa hwehwe do kra twen kakra no wa wote ho a wo hu se da bi ade no nko hey na de ade na me chesa ade na ba besi so ne je no eti mi koso sa eti e besre we je ade afre na oh let us match then in eka munya botre boko na think say omo so omo ne omo lawyers ne abusuafo nso be kasa ma akoma toyemu aba na media ne make nyina ne say asawu na omo to no omo ntu ne ye na mum
we dey work kan ye o
yes
asawu no
na mum ye NSS ho no nkofo bi titenchenchen esesa asawu no gu omo nyina so pedi bi frame last bi no say Hopeson Nyabutre boko, there is a strategy to whatever we are doing.
Aye Joe.
Eti ema mi nkranhye kakra. So hu ne eti no. Aha. Obi o no a o me de me o me nka ho kra. Obehwa ni kra pa musa. E hodom no. Ana chese wan hwe ya ukokoma. Just 3 days as. Just 3 days as o beba. Yen fa hodom kwa per se.
Yeah.
But the directives say Attorney General making sure some behwehwe biamamu no. I think say they should do it. And Attorney General so metie no or mame some kind of hope bi.
Yeah.
What's it look? Oral report to Crampo a omodi aba no enya de ketwa. Na on pre no ho say court. Omo be study. No mo hu say sadie we de adanse ni. Bibi o hodom a Kwaku betima ye bibi. Ame yaka. Na se pass ye de adanse no ba say no. Ebeye eyi beka say Kwaku kitansue apetition negum anu onum maka to abonten. How do I know say apetition negum eti e ka say me ma me prove a obon say ebeye bibie ho but ebi so a dey apio negum ana wo but esan say ye bisa that time ade no nkita obiem. How do I prove it eno ya de foforo adinti sa legal issues no wa nya botra hwehwe nwa mu yi na se wo rashia ebe ha dwene kakra so ho ne tie no hwe aban yi fight against corruption no a huge work very huge very so ho ne tie no eti I think Attorney General should employ more hands at least one more young lawyers Pebre. She so what study bibia. MPP omunim, omu party no. Omu mo some few years. E better than it is CPP no. Say every young guy be a warrior school baby no. Edwani NDC. Have you seen that? First nanke say NDC party ni ye. Ye farmers ne ye for anna no mu. Because that time na Professor Krenim. Major John Lawrence for so ya kofa Professor Chumesi. Edi bana by mo as a staffer in the kai ka Professor Mercy bani ade. But and then look at the number of professors in NDC. Look at the number of doctors in NDC. Look at young engineers, young lawyers, young doctors. I mean everywhere. They are all joining because who say NDC promote the younger ones no moba. You who Yandamers Mahama administration first. Sanko for no more prepare woman and then woman that take leadership positions no. So there no. Okuja tomu Felix Mone or mom kaika ho. Maniboa mamoni ade wo mo ana say o mo ba no. Enti ama
Same Jemfi no.
Nkrofo anya hope bi e wo party no mu. I don't know say na ye ha na make na last year before elections. Tesco member bia open masempa and offer me or see Hopeson wonim must study 2 political parties
and they all can Wednesday no
yes me de wo any adomaku bafi example
I see
because of mo senior party no treaty muntino maybe we square medwane NDC and I'm saying hey what's yes oh no I start examples no when Shwe wo mu wie school mo starting kaka ya mo so chese wo mo capture wo mu youth na wo mo ebre ni nyina and so I say enti and I'm say kai
God
and the asem da MPP for so
any asem at the MPP say yeah
say time no ko sa just a minute on the independent celebration ya be bo o mampani aba so wa ya de na
receiving 95%
ya share former presidents omotia asese omo nyina nso so baye president Kufuor Nana Akufo-Addo omo nso so baye no good a show sign of ya can say unity